Why, hello there, my beauties. It is just me, Desiree. And unfortunately, I'm going to talk about something a little bit more serious. It's not about makeup and beauty and unbaggings and boxings and things like that. What I'm actually wanting to talk about is skinny shaming. And I know you've heard a lot about fat shaming. And, that is just wrong, period. There's no reason to shame anybody for their body type. I mean, I don't see the need. Okay, how do I get this point across without sounding rude? Okay, now what I've seen in the last few years is a lot of bigger, curvier women who are making these posts about like men don't like bones, they want meat. And, I don't understand that because I don't ever see posts that are like men like lean meat, not a bunch of fat. And I'm sorry if that sounds rude, and I'm not trying to fat shame here in this video at all. I'm just giving a comparison to what it's like. I think it's very rude for someone to make other people feel bad for their body type. I personally am 32 years old and I weigh less than 100 pounds. I eat a lot, love food. I don't always make the best decisions when it comes to food. I just naturally have a high metabolism like my mom and a lot of my other family members. So, you know, I don't try to be thin. I don't aspire to be thin. I just am thin. I've had a child 7 years ago. And a lot of people have this misconception that after you have a baby, you'll never go back to what you were before. And some women don't. And I'm not judging them. I just don't want them to judge me because I have. And that's how I feel it's happening. It's like, some of the most racist people I know are the ones who call people racist. And it's like, it's almost like a projection of how you feel about yourself, projecting it onto, other people, like Psychology 101. But it hurts me to see these things because I just don't understand, like, we're all women, we're all beautiful. Is it okay to promote an extremely unhealthy large woman and say this is beautiful and this should be accepted by society? No. Just like you should never take a woman who has anorexia or bulimia or some other type of eating disorder that stops them from gaining weight and then saying this is the ideal of beauty. We have this misconception throughout the world or the United States. I don't know about other countries because I've never been out of the country. But in the United States, we see, that like thin is beautiful and these models are so super skinny. And it makes these, average weight women feel less than. And that's not like, us thinner women's fault that is making you feel bad. It is the executives who decide this is the ideal beauty. No one is going to ever be that ideal beauty. Even these models that you see in these magazines or, on the runway, that's not them all the way. They'll even say it when they're at home and they're in their freaking sweats like we are and they're playing with their children or just living life. They're not picture perfect. They have Photoshop out now and we've all seen it. I mean, it just came out more so today about how everything is so photoshopped. So it's like, I don't feel like, curvy women should feel the need to knock skinny women or anyone should feel the need. I was just told not too long ago that I actually look like a crackhead. And I mean, I pride myself in my appearance. I try to take very good care of myself. I enjoy putting on makeup and looking nice when I go to events. And to have somebody try to knock me down for some reason, it upset me. And, I got over it quickly. I don't try to, sit and harbor things about things like this, but it is upsetting. And, people look at skinny people and they're like, oh, you have it all. It's so easy for you. And it's not, because sometimes, like me, for instance, I would love to have a more curvier figure. I would love to progress to the woman's size in stores instead of having to consistently stay in juniors. But there's nothing I can do about that unless I decided to enhance myself with surgeries. And I don't believe I should have to do that because I feel beautiful. So as long as you feel beautiful, it shouldn't be anybody else's business to judge you on that. Yeah, I mean, if you know that somebody is unhealthy and possibly hurting themselves and could cause death, then no, do not promote that as beauty. Promote that as you need to get help. But if there's a larger woman who's just naturally larger set, she's still healthy, she eats healthy, that's perfectly beautiful. There's nothing at all wrong with that. And even obese women who, are like, you know, clearly just unhealthy, they're still beautiful. It's not like they've all of a sudden became a creature and they're no longer a human or beautiful. It's just people are concerned with that, and I don't think that we as women especially should be judging each other like this. And we shouldn't ever be putting each other down to try to lift up another group of women because we're all beautiful. That's why God made us such diverse people, is so that none of us have to be alike. And all of our individual beauty should be honored and accepted and loved. And it upsets me, and I hope that this whole thing passes and that we can no longer see any type of shaming, whether that be fat shaming, skinny shaming, gay shaming, any shaming. Quit shaming people. Who are you? Like, that's the way I look at things. I can have my own personal opinion. That doesn't mean I have to air it out to the world. And I especially am not going to put it out on somebody's private picture. And, like, say if I see a heavy set woman, that might not be attracted to me, and that might not be something I particularly even want to see. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to put on her personal picture a comment that says, don't post this, I don't want to see it. You choose what you look at. So if you aren't attracted to a bigger woman, don't look. If you're not attracted to a thinner woman, don't look. Just quit judging to make your own self feel better, because it's never going to change the way that you feel inside. For like 2.5 seconds, you might feel really good that you just made someone feel like you were better than them. But how long does that last? Probably not very long, I would imagine. It's not a competition. It's not a race. People are going to either love you or hate you or want to date you or not. And making one woman feel bad about herself to make you feel better, it makes no sense. It actually makes you look very weak. So please, ladies, and men, can we please stop the fat shaming, skinny shaming, just shaming in general? Just let people be who they are. And with much love, I just really, really hope that we can see a change. And I'm sorry that I had to post such a serious video. I know that I have younger viewers, but I think that's kind of a good message for them too, because, you shouldn't ever have to be ashamed of who you are or what you